please stand, and Ken Odie will lead us in prayer.
Let's pray. Gracious and ever-loving God, we ask you to stand beside us tonight as these gentlemen conduct the business of the city. I ask your blessing upon each one here, upon those that can't be here tonight due to sickness, health issues. I ask your blessing upon all the city employees as they do their jobs day to day. I ask that you continue to favor be upon our city, upon our community as we continue to try to grow. I ask this all in your Son Jesus' precious name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you for attending. We'll have roll call now, please.
Acting Mayor Gary Moore.
Present.
City Attorney Darren Rice.
Here.
Alderman Dewey Eckleberry.
Here.
Alderman Cody Atterbury.
Here.
Alderman Clifford Reaver.
Here.
Alderman Tyler Lampley.
Here.
Alderman Eugene McGill.
Present.
Alderman Jerry Lisenby.
Here.
Alderman Terry Stahl.
Here.
And that, we have a quorum, so we can continue on. The next item would be the approval of the minutes of the last meeting. We've all had an opportunity to review them. If there are no corrections or questions, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that
Motion by Alderman Stahl, seconded by Alderman McGill to approve the minutes of the June 14th meeting. Roll call vote: Eckleberry.
Yes.
Lampley.
Yes.
Lisenby.
Yes.
McGill.
Yes.
Reaver.
Yes.
Stahl.
Yes.
Atterbury.
Yes.
And the minutes are approved. Also in your packets were the bills that were presented for payment. Any discussion on any of the bills? If none, is there a motion to approve them?
I'll make that motion. I'll second that.
I have a motion by Alderman Eckleberry, seconded by Alderman Stahl, to approve the payment for this city council meeting of the bills. Roll call vote: Lampley.
Yes.
Lisenby.
Yes.
McGill.
Yes.
Reaver.
Yes.
Stahl.
Yes.
Atterbury.
Yes.
Eckleberry.
Yes.
And the bills are approved. This time we'll open up for public comments. If there are anybody that would like to address the council, we ask that you come up front, state your name and address, and you'll have 3 minutes for public comments. Are there anyone in the audience that would like to address the council at this time? Seeing none, we will close the public comment section and move on to routine business. The first item is a resolution of the IMEA appointment and the IPEA appointment. Again, I will not take that position, but Alderman Tyler Lampley has volunteered to step up as he did the last time and be the representative for the city on those 2 committees. Any discussion on that? Is there a motion to approve Alderman Lampley?
I'll make that motion.
Jerry first. I have a motion by Alderman Lisenby, seconded by Alderman Stahl, to approve the appointment of Tyler Lampley to the IMEA and IPEA Board of Directors. Roll call vote: Lisenby.
Yes.
McGill.
Yes.
Reaver.
Yes.
Stahl.
Yes.
Atterbury.
Yes.
Eckleberry.
Yes.
Lampley.
Abstain.
And that motion is approved. The next item on the agenda, a few months ago or a month or so ago, we asked Connor & Connor to get us a bid for a new salt storage facility for the street and bridge. We had a bid opening last Thursday. The bid come in at $218,000. While in talking with Mr. Camp, it would be his recommendation that we reject that bid and maybe take a look at rebidding it, as lumber prices or something continue down. But that will be open for discussion.
Yeah, I mean, when we first met with Connor & Connor, we were anticipating somewhere around $150,000 to $160,000 to do this. That was including some inflationary costs based on some other cities that have had them done. We were looking at the canvas tar, which we thought was going to be a little bit of a savings, and the price from the one bid just came in for July.
Any other discussion?
As chairman of that committee, if Robert wants to look at it again, I'd be.
Yeah. Is there a motion to reject the bid as?
I'll make that motion.
Is that what you was,
Yeah.
okay,
I'll
Second it. I have a motion by Alderman Lizenby, seconded by Alderman Stahl to reject the bid for the salt storage shed. Roll call vote, McGill,
Yes.
Reaver,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Atterbury,
Yes.
Eckelberry,
Yes.
Lampley,
Yes.
Lizenby.
Yes.
and that is approved and rejected. Item number 3 is an ordinance concerning a security light installment and the service fees. Basically, you know, we're all aware that Wayne White Electric, bills and maintains our system, even the city still completely owns that 100%. But they have a 400 watt directional security light that some of our residents, or one in particular, is asked to be installed. Currently, the city did not have that. We just had a smaller light, you know, and that fee was, I believe, $12.50 or $13.50. The 400 watt directional light, we just need to establish a rate so that Wayne White can build that rate into theirs and allow the customer to do it. And that rate is asked to be set at $20 per month for a 400 watt directional
Yeah.
security light.
An LED fixture.
Yes. This one is, you know, the 400 watt will be quite a bit more wattage, you know, and actually one of the local motels is asking that he feels part of his parking lot is dimly lit, so he would like to be the one that puts in the larger security light.
And security lights, as we all know, aren't metered, so I mean, this covers the electricity fee and everything like that. So I would make the motion that we would set the rate at $20 a month.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Lampley, seconded by Alderman Reaver to approve the ordinance concerning the security lights. Roll call vote, Reaver,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Atterbury,
Yes.
Eckelberry,
Yes.
Lampley,
Yes.
Lizenby,
Yes.
McGill.
Yes.
And that ordinance passes. Item number 4 is to authorize the agreement with IDOT for the street paving project. As you know, I mean, this has been something we've been trying to get going for several years, and it's been met with just delay after delay. But I met with the IDOT personnel, and they're ready to move forward. I guess there is a benefit of kind of getting kicked down the road. When we first started talking about this project, it was a 50% city and a 50% state. In January, the federal government stepped in with some funding to help out. The federal government is going to pick up 80% of the cost of the project. That means the city will pick up 10% and the state will pick up 10%. Our original cost was about $752,000 that we was gonna have to pay. That has been reduced to $174,100. That's amazing, and it's very positive. You know, it's you know, it's a project, you know, that we're working on. They are looking to let the bidding out in September. They say the first motion you will see will be on the sidewalks and the paving, and then they will follow up with the road paving. Very positive for us and very badly needed for our residents and our uptown businesses. Any other discussion that I can ask or answer? Any questions on that?
About time.
I understand that, yes. If there's no other discussion, I guess is there a motion to go ahead and authorize the agreement?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Alderman Eckelberry, seconded by Alderman McGill, to approve the agreement with IDOT for the street paving project. Roll call vote, Stahl,
Yes.
Atterbury,
Yes.
Eckelberry,
Yes.
Lampley,
Yes.
Lizenby,
Yes.
McGill,
Yes.
Reaver.
Yes.
And that motion approves. The next would be the contract renewal with RJ Marketing. That's Claire and her group sitting back there that put us live on Facebook. You know, Claire does an amazing job with the Facebook page. You know, in being transparent with everything that's going on here. You know, I just thought I would bring this to the council, and I would recommend or ask that if there's no objections, that we will go ahead and just authorize that contract. Anybody got any objections? Okay, we'll go ahead and authorize that contract. The next issue is a discussion and a possible action to purchase a utility vehicle for the cemetery. It's been brought up a couple of through financial appropriations, and unfortunately, you know, we've had to kind of remove it, but they're continuing to have problems with the item out there, and I believe Alderman McGill is in charge of the cemetery. In your packets, there were 3 or 4 bids, and so Alderman McGill, do you have anything to say?
It's a 2020 John Deere, and it's just flat wore out. It's in the shop when it's being used. That's all I have to say about it. It's used every day to pick up flowers, sticks, put dirt on graves, and everything else.
In your packet, there were several different options available. We had we had four bids that were submitted, and again, we'll open it up for a discussion on which route the council would like to think they would like to proceed with this. Discussion?
My personal choice would be the Kubota brand from Carter. They're local, in case we have anything go wrong with it. I can't remember the bids exactly, but I think the cheapest one that you had from Carter was a electric over hydraulic and came with a new blade and the mounting kit and everything,
That is correct.
cab and everything on it.
Carter's Kubota did submit 2 bids. One was with an electric over hydraulics, and the other one was a 100% hydraulic. Any other discussion?
I don't think they care what brand they get as long as they get something.
Okay.
Is there any other recommendation other than Terry, like from the committee on which one, I mean, that we should vote on here? Or is it that one?
I think their bid was, that particular one with the electric
Yes.
was,
Can't
pretty
say.
close to the other ones,
Yeah.
and since they're local, I think it's a no-brainer, but that's my opinion.
Okay. There was another bid from Le Mans. There was a bid from John Deere. And then the 2 bids from Carter's.
I'm like Alderman Stahl, I think we're gonna just do it Carter.
Okay. Is anybody gonna make a motion that we accept the bid? Then the one, there were 2 for Carter with the electric over the hydraulic.
I'll make that
I'll second that motion.
Yes.
Who was second? McGill? I have a motion by Alderman Stahl, seconded by Alderman McGill, to approve the purchase of a utility vehicle for the cemetery department. And that will be purchased from Carter Turf and Tractor in the amount of $28,650. Roll call vote, Eckelberry,
Yes.
Lampley,
Yes.
Lisenby,
Yes.
McGill,
Yes.
Reaver,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Atterbury.
Yes.
And that is approved for the purchase from Carter's at $28,650. Item number 7 is just a list of committee updates. I removed myself from the committees that I were on, and they made the appointments of the individuals to take my place on those committees. Clifford Reaver, Alderman Reaver was appointed to the TIF committee. Alderman Atterbury was appointed to the Finance Committee, and Alderman Lisaby was put in charge of legislation and collections. Item number 8 on the agenda is dangerous buildings and proceedings to deal with that. Currently we have 3 properties that the police department and that committee has brought forward to be considered. I'll just give you the addresses of those. As soon as I find them. One of them is at 1014 North Epworth Street in Fairfield. One of them is at 303 Northeast 7th Street in Fairfield. And the third and last one was at 504 Northwest 7th Street in Fairfield. Assistant Chief, Acting Chief Calclaser is in attendance. I'll ask him to go ahead and make any comments, or if we've got any questions, please direct them to him.
The first one you mentioned, the Epworth Street, that was on the previous one. We're just gonna bring it forward to get it sped up a little bit. I believe we brought it in 2019, September of 2019. Northeast 7th Street, former Mayor Dreeth brought that one to our attention. It's right across from the cemetery. Side garages fell off, the saplings are going up around the foundation, so it needs some attention. And the third one is in Ward 2 on Northwest 7th Street. Its last utilities were 2019. If anybody drove by it, doors open, they're just like a jungle. Neighbors been upset with it for a while. It is in tax lien status, but as the attorney knows, if it goes in tax lien, that person can actually deny to buy it in the long run. They go back to court and dump it back on us. And the owner of that is actually in municipal court 2 or 3 times. There's actually a body attachment for him for fines.
Attorney Rice, do you have anything to add about those properties?
No, I don't. We'll just have to, I take it we got the reasons for that they're dangerous or condemnable.
Basically, they haven't been lived in over 3+ years. And
I got down to the utilities weren't paid on the one since 2019, and they're just abandoned.
So should we declare it dangerous buildings and vote to have Attorney Rice begin condemnation proceedings? Is that what our goal is tonight?
If there's discussion, I'll make the motion to proceed with condemnation.
I'll second that motion. Thank you.
I have a motion by Alderman Lampley, seconded by Alderman Eckleberry, to authorize Attorney Rice to begin condemnation proceedings and to declare the previous mentioned properties as dangerous buildings. Roll call vote: Lampley,
Yes.
Lisenby,
Yes.
McGill,
Yes.
Reaver,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Atterbury,
Yes.
Eckleberry.
Yes. And that is approved. Item number 10 on the agenda is a resolution amending the loan agreement with Garrison and Jones and Sons. Basically what we have here is we just need to take one of the guarantors off of the agreement, and it would be just one individual. He plans on purchasing her shares, so we just need to have her name removed from the forms and his name only. Doug, do you have anything else to add?
No, that's pretty much what the arrangement needs to be. So just one guarantor instead of 2. The loan is several years old. It will be paid off in approximately 3.5 years, about 75% done.
Yeah, they've never missed any payments or anything like that. I mean,
Last 13 payments in a row, which is the latest cycle of it. It was redone. Last 13 payments in a row have been made since that happened.
once again, if there's no other, I will make the motion to remove one guarantor from the loan.
Second that.
Go ahead.
I have a motion by Alderman Lampley, seconded by Alderman Eccleberry, to approve the resolution amending the loan agreement with Garrison Jones and Sons. Roll call vote, Lizenby,
Yes.
McGill,
Yes.
Reaver,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Atterbury,
Yes.
Eccleberry,
Yes.
Lampley.
Yes.
And that was approved. And once again, my check marks have got a little bit ahead of me, so we'll come back.
No.
Item number 9, and this is just a discussion, is a discussion on construction of fences on private property. Just a little background, here recently we had an individual buy some property and wanted to put a private fence up in his backyard. Our normal procedure is that we will check off with natural gas department, the electrical department, and the water department. It come back that they wouldn't approve the fence, and so the individual reached out, and I thought it just needed some discussion before tonight's council meeting, and he's not in attendance, but I had a meeting with Dwayne Nobles from the natural gas, Brad Young, the water department, and I had a conversation with Chief Miller of the fire department. Part of my thought process is, I'm not for sure that the city has the ability to tell somebody that they can't build a fence on their property that they own. Now, I understand, that we have utilities that might be in the backyard or something like that, and we need to be granted access to those utilities. And, whether it's an access through a double gate, a single gate, or something like that. But I mean, as long as, we are granted access, by a gate, and also they need to have the understanding that if our utilities are inside of the fence and we need to dig it up to repair it or replace it, that, that responsibility will fall on the homeowner, that they have to grant us access to get in there. If it's an emergency, access could be immediate through bolt cutters if there's a fire or something like that. One of the next conversation that come up with Dwayne, we deal with dogs. Currently we have a city ordinance that says you can't have a dog inside a fence. But I feel that if a property has been identified as having a dog that could bite our meter readers, and we don't want any city employee bit, we don't want any resident bit. But we have the ability then, if there is a dog and it's been identified as a dangerous or a dog that will bite, we have meters that we can put in and install that can be remotely read. Currently we have water meters that we have drive-by readings, and it is available for the natural gas. We don't have any of them on there. And with Wayne White Electric, when we get the AMI meters in, all of the electric meters will be read remotely. It's just a discussion item. I just don't know that we should tell a customer that you can't build a fence on property that you own. And at that time, I'll open it up for discussion.
I like the idea of allowing the individual to put in a remotely read meter and saying, hey, we have access to it, but if, you install this remote read meter, we're never gonna have to walk into your privacy fence and things like that. Maybe they pay for the additional cost of that meter, which is a couple $100, but if you're putting up a $5,000 fence, $200 extra to put in the remote read gas meter or whatever, or $300 or whatever it is, I think that'd be a pretty beneficial thing to the customer. They can have whatever dog back there or whatever privacy they want, and never have to have people walking back there unless there's an emergency.
I would agree with that. Some of the ordinances that are on the books now are, probably some are outdated. When it was initially drawn up, who knows how old it is. Might have been a good idea then, not such a good idea now, so we should have some kind of flexibility.
No, they didn't have the remote read meters probably when it was,
right?
it was probably put in 1986 or 7. That was a big year for ordinances. And
And like you stated, if they have utilities inside the fence buried or whatever, then if they have to dig them up, then it'll be the customer's place to replace his fence.
They just need to understand that, you know, we're gonna allow you to build a fence, but you've gotta allow us access to get into our utilities. You know, and if it's the bad dog, you know, and we can force them, you know, to install the meter, and again, you know, the customer, in my opinion, would pay the cost of the meter. We would install it, you know, it benefits us, so we would install it for free. I mean, this would take, you know, some ordinance changes, and I just wanted to put it out there to see if, the council's thoughts.
I'm not against putting the fence up, I'm just concerned about the safety of the employees, is all and you're gonna equip
Yeah,
them.
and I agree 100%.
Right.
You know, it's unfortunate that we have some dogs, you know, that don't like outsiders. You know, and the person that has that dog that doesn't like the outsiders can say my dog's doing what I want it to do. But we have to consider that, you know, we have to take care of our employees, we have to take care of our residents, that they don't get bit, and cause, you know, an issue that, you know, we had that issue once before, and I mean, it didn't deal with a fence, but it, you know, it dealt with, you know, a vicious dog.
I agree that we shouldn't not allow the homeowners to not have their fence. So I think that we probably should move forward
And I know we don't like straw polls, but, you know, if it's all right with everybody, I believe, you know, we can instruct, Attorney Rice to take a look at the ordinances that would need changed and bring some language back to the city council at a later time, to see if we would like to act on to approve that. Okay, then we'll jump down to item number 11. That is an ordinance with the TIF redevelopment agreement with the Feed My Sheep Soup Kitchen. I believe they did meet with the TIF committee. Alderman Lampley is in charge of the TIF, so at this time I'll let him give his presentation.
yeah, Feed My Sheep came, they presented what they were doing. It was a flooring project and kind of a flooding project. They've remodeled their insides. They've already completed, I believe it's fully completed now. The last time I talked to them, it was almost there. But they came to us looking for some help to get it done. They had gotten a lot of donations. They were coming up a little short. They're in the TIF district. And this is a community service that, you know, we felt is something that we could help them out with. I mean, they serve a lot of people. They're getting back in the habit of serving, I think, a few hundred people a week. Based out now that COVID's kind of passed, they had kind of dipped down, but they're in an older building that has a lot of flooding issues. Now they've been able to put in a floor that they won't have the issues with. They, you know, did some concrete and then did a little bit of a raised flooring. So I think it was a good project, and we weren't asked to chip in that much money, so.
How much?
4,000,
It was not to exceed 3.
Three.
Not to exceed
Okay.
3.
Not to exceed $3,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other discussion on that? If not, is there a motion to approve it?
I'll make the motion.
I second it.
Is that Reaver?
Yes.
Motion by Alderman Lampley, seconded by Alderman Reaver to approve the TIF agreement with Feed My Sheep Soup Kitchen, not to exceed $3,000. Roll call vote: McGill,
Yes.
Reaver,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Atterbury,
Yes.
Eckelberry,
Yes.
Lampley,
Yes.
Lizenby.
Yes.
And that motion is approved. That will wrap up the routine business of the council meeting. We'll move into the miscellaneous. I've just got a couple of things that I'd like to say before we turn it over to the alderman. The fourth Tuesday of the month is always our municipal court date that we hold here in town. This afternoon, I'll give you a rundown of the cases. We had 5 cases that were paid before they had to come to court, so they saved themselves some court fees. So that was 5 at $75 apiece. We had an inoperable vehicle, fined $150 plus costs. We had some nuisance property. We had 1 fined $100 plus court costs. We had 2 that were fined $250 plus court costs. 1 fined $150 plus costs. We had 3 dogs at large that were fined $100 each and a court cost. And we had 2 dogs at large that were fined $75. You know, again, the municipal court, I mean, it's not to generate money for the city. It's just hopefully that we can get the residents to come into compliance with any ordinance that we have that they're falling short on. Also, just a mention, I believe the retail merchants had a meeting this morning, and they are talking about having a farmer's market day up on by the courthouse. They're going to stay away from the courthouse. And Libby, those dates were in July?
July 16th, 23rd, and 30th.
And so, you know, they're looking to, we'll kind of close the street down, you know, for protection of them. You know, I look forward to the opportunity to bring, you know, some fresh fruit or fresh vegetables or whatever it might be. They're also looking to maybe add some music, you know, while that goes on. It's just another positive step for the city. And with that, that's all I have for miscellaneous. Is there anything under miscellaneous from
This
council?
weekend, we have our fireworks.
Yep.
Recreation is, we've got the bands, and you're gonna have to help me, from 5 to 6 we have,
Patrick Ewing,
and then from 6 to 8,
Hayden Brown.
Hayden Brown. So we've got some music leading up to the fireworks show, plus we're gonna have some food vendors out there this year. We haven't had that for a few years. So it should be a really nice night out at Southwest Park. That's this Sunday, the 3rd, for a fireworks show.
And I believe we have the parking issue that, you know, Boyd's have been grateful enough to allow us to park on their property again, so that's positive. So, you know, we invite everybody to come out. Parking should not be an issue. Hopefully the rain stays away, and it's a beautiful night.
Saturday, we have Law Enforcement Appreciation Day at the Courthouse Square all day.
Everybody hear that? We have Law Enforcement Day at the courthouse all day Saturday. Any other miscellaneous items? If not, then I would like to have a motion to go into executive session covering,
To discuss section 2C21, minutes of closed session meetings, and section 2C1, appointment, employment, compensation of specific employees of the public body. Roll call vote, Reaver?
Yes.
Oh, I need a motion, sorry. I'm getting
I'll
ahead of
make that
myself.
motion.
I wasn't paying attention that time.
Gary's getting ahead and so am I. Huckleberry and who?
Me.
Roll call vote, Reaver?
Yes.
Stahl?
Yes.
Atterbury?
Yes.
Huckleberry?
Yes.
Lampley?
Yes.
Lizenby?
Yes.
McGill?
No.
okay, that motion carries. We will not be coming out to take any action after the executive session. I appreciate everybody that is in attendance. And I guess one more thing that I might add real quick that I forgot to mention is we will hold a town hall meeting this Thursday at 6 o'clock here at City Hall. And look forward to some conversation with some residents.
I was wondering where you were, Louise.
Well, I'm